Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of a brand new to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Awesome having you here. And today I'm so excited because I get to bring you guys another edition of Back to the Fans. So I really loved doing the first episode with Fernando, and thanks once again to him being a guest in episode 1. However, we've got an awesome new guest today by the name of Rachel, and we're going to hear from her in just a quick second. My most expensive item I bought of Back to the Future was £100, and this was an original charity premiere programme from the premiere in December of 1985, I believe in Leicester, London Square. But either way, a really cool edition and the most expensive item that I own, besides obviously having it autographed as well. And again, we've got an awesome guest called Rachel, so let's hear a little bit from Rachel and find out a little bit more about her.
Hello, my name's Rachel and I'm a Back to the Future fan based in England.
So, pretty awesome that Rachel is also from the UK, kind of like myself. Obviously, Fernando was from Spain. Now, in terms with Rachel, when we kind of spoke previously before doing this video, I knew she was a big Back to the Future fan. I heard about like a bit of a mini collection that she had. I know that she'd been to like the musical and stuff as well. So yeah, so what I'd like to know right now from Rachel is, when was the first time that you watched Back to the Future? And in doing so, what made you feel connected to this movie?
So I was 11 years old when Back to the Future came out at the cinema, and I can't remember whether I saw it there, but I was already a big Michael J. Fox fan. Sort of going into the later 80s, I became a big Michael J. Fox fan. And I was also a time travel fan from a novel that I read called Moondial, and it was a TV series here in England. So I was a fan of time travel and I was a fan of Michael J. Fox. So as soon as I saw Back to the Future, it just, it just inspired me. I loved it from the first second I saw it. I remember seeing 2 and 3 in the cinema quite a few times, and the cinema being packed. And that was an amazing experience, and I've always felt connected to it ever since. It's inspired me so much into doing creative things like acting and filmmaking myself, and it's just a huge part of my life and always has been.
So Rachel had a pretty cool experience watching Back to the Future for the first ever time, and it's awesome to hear what made the film itself be connected with Rachel. You find that with us fans with Back to the Future, some of it might be very similar. We all might have like a different experience or kind of a different reason as to why we connect with this movie. Again, mine was through my kind of teenage years. Maybe with Fernando, it was slightly different, and with Rachel, it was different yet again. So it's really cool to hear. So what I'd like to do now, guys, is invite Rachel to show off any memorabilia that she has and kind of just walk us through kind of what she has in terms of that, and show you guys a pretty cool collection also. Okay,
so yes, I do collect memorabilia. I love collecting Back to the Future merchandise. I don't have a huge flat, so I'm not lucky enough to have a big display cabinet or anything, so all my stuff has been dotted about, so I've just gathered it all up here to show you today. Some of the first things I got, I know I've had these since for quite a long time. I've got the novels, so I've got these 3 novels. I've got all those 3. I've had them a very long time. I've had them originally from back in the 80s and 90s, so I've had them a very long time. Other bits and pieces, I mean, I've had badges and postcards. I've got all sorts of bits and pieces, and I know that in my mum and dad's garage I've got some big folders of newspaper clippings, magazine articles from back in the day. I've got so much of those that I quite need to dig out again. Other things I like to collect though these days, I like collecting things I can use, so I love t-shirts. I'll go through some things I've got here in front of me. I love mugs. This is my most recent purchase, which I've got a cup of tea in. So I just got this yesterday, so that's currently my favourite mug. But I also have this one. I have the DeLorean one. I have the Great Scott / Back to the Future one. And then this one, my friend got me online a long time ago. It's what makes time travel possible. And it's flux capacitor. I love that one. And I've got one that I've never used, and for some reason I just never used it, and then I kept never using it, so I've always kept that one in the box. just because I have never used it. So I've got mugs. I've got this cup, which was like a beer cup, which I kept from Secret Cinema. I think that was 2015. No, 2014, I tell a lie. So yeah, I went to there just after my 40th birthday. So I've got that, which I kept. And I have still got, most ridiculous thing, I've still got the wristbands that you had on for the Hill Valley Town Fair. So I've kept all those as well, keep all sorts of things. As I said, I've got badges. I've got my badge from the musical, Manchester's First Time Traveller. And I've got other Back to the Future badges as well. I've got a USB stick. Interesting little USB stick there. Books. I've got all the Michael J. Fox books. We Don't Need Roads. Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Future. Lexicon. Let's pop them down there. I've also just got this. I've only actually just got this. I got this for Christmas this year. So I'm very pleased to finally have that. That was missing from my collection for quite a while. I recently got the notebook, the VHS tape notebook, which I really love, but I'm not using that one. I've got my musical brochure, so my programme from the musical. Oh yes, I've also got my signed musical or flyer here, with which I got signed by Bob Gale, which I was very lucky to get that. I was very pleased and shocked and overwhelmed to meet someone I never thought I'd meet. Now my t-shirts, I've got quite a few t-shirts which I've just got here. So I have, excuse me, I have Back to the Future t-shirt. I got one from the musical as well, so I've got my musical t-shirt which has got the Manchester Town Hall on it, so I'll be hopefully be looking forward to getting one from when it transfers to London, which I've got tickets for. This is a navy one. Got this the DeLorean one. I've ended up with two of those because I got another one as a present as well, but it's not a bad thing. I particularly like this one, which I've had for quite a while now. And I have flux capacitor one. And finally, one I haven't worn, so there is one I didn't wear, which I got at Secret Cinema, is my Hill Valley Town Fair t-shirt. It's got all of that on the back, which I think is a gorgeous t-shirt and I love it. But again, I've not worn it yet, so I've kept that one in mint condition. Other things I've got behind me, I've got this cushion, I've got my postcards over there, I've got the poster which comes from the musical, which I absolutely loved, Monopoly, which I haven't played yet either, and if I can just get this without everything falling down, my photo in 2015 at Comic Con with Michael J. Fox, which again is something I never ever thought I'd had. So all of these things I keep around me. I hope to collect more things as time goes on, and when I can fit it in. So thank you.
Well, that was a pretty cool collection that we got to see of Rachel's, and I really dug it. So one thing I really liked about it, that a bit of a similarity with myself, is that she tends to collect stuff that can be used, so kind of like canvases or kind of like wall prints like this, mugs, which again I've got a couple of, t-shirts. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I love collecting like other bits like toys and etc, other kind of little bits and bobs, but if I can use it again like a cookbook which I got recently, then again for me I think it is honestly really, really cool that they're bringing out like all kind of different items to tailor the market for each kind of different collector. So I'd like to thank Rachel firstly for being a huge part of this video. It really meant a lot that she took the time out to do this as well, and I appreciate having more people on so I can talk about Back to the Future even more than I already do, and have it incorporated on my t-shirts, on my tattoos, etc, on the back of the wall behind me. But yeah, it's really cool hearing from Rachel and Fernando, so I want to firstly thank them both for being part of this series. If you'd like to take involved, please drop a comment down below and I will certainly get back in touch with you, or I will also down below drop you a link to my personal Instagram page, so if you want to message me on there and we can discuss kind of options of doing this. I am trying to reach out and get a couple more guests to do this as well. But again, if you want to take part, please feel free, completely free. You can do this via video or an audio clip. Either way, I really don't mind. I would love to have you be a part of this and hear from more Back to the Future fans, because there is a huge following out there, and I want to try interview as many people as I can and find out about their loves of Back to the Future. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Please give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And hopefully I will have another episode coming very shortly. But until next time, this has been a Z Review, and I'll be Zing you later.